Time now, 6 o'clock here on this Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us here on Sunrise. I'm Jason Hackett. Alicia is on assignment this morning. You saw that line there forming for Krispy Kreme, John. Thankfully, it's not too chilly outside this morning, so people should be able to tolerate standing up.
I mean, it looks great. Plus, I'm looking at one of those ice fishing tents. Those things are really nice. Of course, we got an ice fishing tent. Camping out at Krispy Kreme. That's Minnesota. We're making changes here in the backyard as well. Pumpkins are gone. We'll talk about that more in the show. I think we got a nice time lapse of that, but it's a sign of things to come. The weather's not cooperating, at least now. We're warming things up this morning. 2 to 6 degrees warmer here in the backyard. Now, the average low is 29, and we are much warmer than that. We're at 34. So anytime you're above freezing, we'll call it comfortable. Winds aren't that strong either out here, so again, enjoy the nice morning. 37 in Marshall, 34 as you're waking up in Brainerd. So the morning, you're going to need a light coat, but by the afternoon, 50s. We're going to be in the 50s here. A little bit warmer than yesterday. I think we'll be a little bit warmer at, say, 11 or noon, where yesterday it took a little while to warm up. So you might want to shed the layers a little earlier today. And it's not going to cool down rapidly either here tonight. So great day on tap. We'll take a look at that weekend forecast and what changed. I had to make a few changes coming up in a bit. Michelle, how's it looking?
Okay, no crashes right now to report, so that is good news at 6:02 a.m. Just a live look as close as our traffic cameras can get to that brand new Krispy Kreme. We've been talking about it all morning, and we will keep talking about it because it opens at 8 a.m. And like Jason mentioned, there is a long line. This is the camera in Fridley, Highway 47 at 57th Avenue. It's possible, are these cars turning into the Krispy Kreme? We don't know, but again, there is that long line. Taking a look around the metro, mostly green. Again, no crashes right now to report, Jason.
Well, that is good to hear. Michelle, thank you very much. In just a few hours, the man charged with killing Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband and attempting to kill Senator John Hoffman and his wife will be back in court. Audrey Russo is live outside of Sherburne County Jail, where Vance Belter is being held right now with what we're expecting today. Audrey.
Yeah, Vance Belter's status conference is scheduled for 10 a.m. at the Minneapolis Federal Courthouse. And I'm standing here in front of the Sherburne County Jail because this is where federal detainees are held. Now, what is a status conference? Well, that is where future court dates are scheduled. That's where other deadlines in these cases are discussed and possible trial dates are set. It's really just to keep the case moving through the court system quickly and efficiently. Now, Belter was indicted on 6 federal charges, including murder and stalking. He pleaded not guilty to the federal charges back in August. Now, Belter also faces some state charges, but those are going to take a backseat until the federal case plays out. Now, this status conference is happening just one day after an independent review of the attacks was announced. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to talk more about the goal of that independent review and when it'll be complete. But for now, I'll send things back to you.
A lot of folks waiting and watching and anticipating that trial date. So we'll see what happens here. Audrey, thank you. We are live from the U.S. Capitol this morning as we enter day 43 of what is the longest government shutdown in history. Beautiful sunrise there in Washington, D.C. In a matter of hours here, House lawmakers will gather for the first time in nearly 2 months to vote on a bill that could finally reopen the government. The stopgap funding bill was passed in the Senate on Monday. President Trump says he'll sign it if the House approves it. But when things reopen, how quickly will things return back to normal? The timeline for air travel may be a little bit tricky.
I'm concerned that we're not going to have on day one controllers come back into the towers right away.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says air traffic controllers would get 70% of their back pay within 48 hours of the government reopening. So when the shutdown ends, SNAP benefits could resume pretty quickly. But as we wait for that to happen, Metro Meals on Wheels is extra busy delivering food to the most vulnerable. But they don't think it's likely to stop after the shutdown ends. Ken Erdahl breaks down the numbers.
Demand for Meals on Wheels is up 75% in the Twin Cities since the government shutdown started. I visited one of 30 local programs scrambling to deliver the warm and frozen meals to all of the extra seniors and people living with disabilities who are applying for meals after losing their SNAP benefits.
They're stressed. They're fearful on how to have a nutritious meal, and a lot of people are unable to get to food pantries.
Have you had to turn people away?
Right now, we have some waiting lists, so we're trying to help those programs meet that need.
Now, here's the thing, that need isn't expected to change much, even after the government reopens and SNAP funding fully resumes. Data from Metro Meals on Wheels shows why. Need is rising even in the months prior to the shutdown, and they believe that trend will continue.
With the rising food costs, with the economic uncertainty, we are expecting the demand to continue to increase, as well as the population switch. There's more and more older adults, so we are gearing up to have more demand.
There's so many folks out there that need that help. And if you're one of them and you need help locating a food shelf, or if you'd like to donate to help your neighbors, we've put together a guide that can answer those questions and many more. You'll find details at kare11.com/food. This morning, 3 people from Minneapolis are now charged with stealing from stores in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And police say it's all part of a much bigger theft ring. Officials in Eau Claire say the 3 were arrested with products from Ulta Beauty in a mall in Eau Claire. But police say they got the call from Shields, where employees recognized them from a theft days earlier. Police say the 3 of them have been linked to more than $150,000 worth of retail theft across Minnesota and Wisconsin. Time now 6:06. Take a look at your screen, everyone. The countdown continues. We are less than 2 hours away from Krispy Kreme's grand opening in Fridley, and the line is already forming. There are ice fishing tents out there. That's how intense it is. Get it? Intense because there's tents. Our photographer Jenny Teray spoke with the guy at the front of the line who's been there, get this, for more than 12 hours now.
It's a lot of nostalgia. So I grew up in Oregon and we used to go a lot. And whenever I go to like a different state, I will always try to find one and visit. So it's just one of those things where it's nostalgia and like a good memory. So
I get that. Kudos to him and his determination. He says he took the morning off from work this morning, but he's bringing donuts to his coworkers. He's a good coworker. That's what you should do.
He must really love his coworkers. To wait since 5 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Why? I mean, I love you guys, but I wouldn't do that much.
I
for
wouldn't
you
expect
guys.
you to. I wouldn't do it for you either. So,
Insane.
yes.
Okay, well, let's talk about what else is insane. Fridley City police officers, they're going to be helping you navigate through all this because they are expecting, yes, that much traffic. Police will be stationed at 57th Avenue Northeast to help with your traffic. If you're heading there, take a look at this map. You'll be directed to enter from 57th Avenue near Caribou Coffee rather than the first entrance near University Avenue. When leaving the area, there will be a right turn only from the parking lot onto 57th Avenue Northeast. Really, this notice went out, Jason, to folks in Fridley by city officials because they are anticipating that much traffic. And we're seeing that already with that long line.
So bottom line is if you have nothing to do in that area of Fridley, just stay away
avoid
from
it. Just
You don't
stay
wanna-
home.
Yeah.
I would fry my own donuts at that point. Like, I'll just do that.
That's too much work. I don't know about that, but I would definitely stay home. Michelle, thank you very much.